Hello Magic the Gathering fans. In today's episode, I talk about the companion rules change, more bans, and decks for a post-ban standard. I'm Matt Virgin. Today is Monday, June 1st, and it's time for your MTG Minute. Welcome back to the show as I took last Monday off for Memorial Day. It's good to be back, so let's jump right in. The Magic news today was all about the companion rules change and the bannings that went along with it. Under the new companion rule, rather than being cast directly from the sideboard, it now reads that once per game, as a sorcery action, you can pay 3 generic mana to move that companion from the sideboard into your hand. It remains to be seen how this will affect any of the companions' play, but a 3-mana tax just to move the card into your hand is quite a hefty toll to pay. We'll have to wait and see if any of the companions see play after a nerfing like this. In that same announcement, both Fires of Invention and Agent of Treachery were banned in Historic and Standard going forward. Those bans won't take effect until June 4th on MTG Arena, so you still have 3 days to play those decks before they sunset, and you have to look for something else. Speaking of new decks, I thought it would be timely to look at decks from the Arena Open over the weekend that didn't make use of Companions, Fires of Invention, or Agent of Treachery. When I started looking around for decks, there were 2 main archetypes that kept popping up, and keep in mind that these were strong even against a field full of Companions and Fire stacks. First, let's take a look at Matteo Venturi's Jun Sacrifice deck. You can see that it's a typical Jun Sacrifice deck, making use of Bolas's Citadel on the top end to really gain some card advantage. Second is a deck that has consistently been one of the top decks in the format, even while Fire's decks have run rampant over everything. Let's take a look at Seth Manfield's Timur Reclamation deck. I'm sure we're all familiar with this deck by now, but if you didn't know how it works, it uses the power of Wilderness Reclamation to essentially double your mana during the end step of your turn, building into a giant explosion of cards and damage. I personally expect one of these 2 decks to dominate the format once the banning hits. However, there may be something completely out of left field, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. And that does it for the show this week. Thank you for watching. As always, you can find links in the show note to anything discussed during the cast. If you like the cast, it would mean a lot to me if you would go ahead, like, and subscribe. I hope to see you here next week for the Week in MTG News.